Akhilesh Das Prabhu, who met Srila Gurudeva in March of 1999 and actually took Diksha and Harinam within that same week. So we're going to pass it on to him. Prabhu, you're here. Take it away. You've got 15 minutes.
Om Jnanatirandasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmitena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namah Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Srila Narayana Swami Namane Shri Krishna Lila Kathanya Sudakshama Dharya Madhurya Gunesha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purushamantam Narayanatam Shri Sanam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. After that beautiful Harikatha by Srila Gokul Prabhu, I don't know, very difficult to speak. Anyway, I'll try. Such beautiful speakers, I'm so unqualified. Please excuse my mistakes. Please excuse whatever little baby steps I'm trying to take and trying to remember Gurudev. Yeah, as Didi was describing that, I remember by her mentioning the dates that how I met Gurudev in 1999, and within a week I met Gurudev. I took Harinam and Diksha from him. Yeah, today actually his birth, it is 100th appearance day of his birth is on Mauni Amavasya. Mauni Amavasya, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he has described in many times in many Harikathas, he has described, even in front of Gurudev, he spoke this Harikatha once, I remember, in Navadip Parikram. He described that what is Mauni Amavasya? Mauni Amavasya is that night when Parvati ji or Sati Devi in that birth, she has some doubt about Srila Ramchandra's being, Lord Ramchandra being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but she is hearing from her husband, Shankarji, all the time the glories of Lord Shri Ram. And then she begins to doubt. She's seeing that Lord Ram is traveling, walking all around the forest, crying, Ha Sita, Ha Sita. What does this mean? She says, she's thinking, I know where is Sita. I know Ravan has taken her to the south of India in Lanka. And if he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he doesn't know where she has been taken. So she develops this doubt and she puts this question to her husband, Shankarji. You are glorifying Lord Ram as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but how come he is in such bewilderment? Then he describes that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is performing his pastime. She still is not convinced. When Lord Shankarji is Antaryami, he knows the hearts of everybody. And when he understood the bewilderment in his wife's mind, he suggested to her, go and examine for yourself and go and test for yourself and see if what I'm speaking is truth or no. That time, Parvati ji or Sati ji, she goes and she takes on the form of Sita Devi. Once Lord Ram sees, he ignores her. Second time he sees her, again he ignores her. Third time he mentions that, oh Mother Sati, why are you wandering here in the forest all alone? Your husband is gone that side. The moment she heard this, she understood that she had committed a big blunder and she should have believed her husband. And then out of this newfound realization, she bowed down to him. And as she bowed down to him and lifted her head up, she sees that in every tree, in every leaf, in every blade of grass that she can cast her glance on, she sees Ram and Sita, Sita and Ram, Sita and Ram, Sita and Ram. And she again bows down to these images. And when she lifts her head up, again she sees Lord Ram crying again, Ha Sita, where are you? She understands this time that, oh, not only has she misunderstood completely her husband's words, but also she has committed an offense to Lord Ram by mistaking him for an ordinary person. And now, completely bewildered and humbled, she goes back to her husband, and then her husband asks her, did you test what words, what doubts you had in your mind? She says, no, I did not test him. Now, here Gurudev has described in some Harikatha, he has described that how she committed two offenses here. One, she told a lie to her husband, and second, she had not obeyed her husband when he told her that, oh, because of this, she had to go through so much difficulty. When he told her that, oh, he is the Lord of he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Lord. So because of these two mistakes, and of course, the third mistake that she did was that she took on the form of Sita Devi to test him. So now, when Shankarji sits down in meditation, he realizes that what she had done, she had taken on the form of his guru. Sita Devi he considers as his guru. And because of this, he comes to the conclusion that from there on, he cannot accept her as his wife because he has taken on the form of his guru. Up till now, Gurudev described in one Harikatha, up till now, Sati used to sit on Shankarji's left. But from that day on, Shankarji never gave a place for her to sit on her left. He always gave a place for her to sit in front of her. Now he's speaking, and Shankarji from that day, he kept quiet. He's not speaking anything. He became very grave. He became very grave, very quiet. And he adopted this Maun Vrat. Means this was the day he adopted the Maun Vrat. Now he's silent from this day. And of course, the demigods shed flowers on him in appreciation, and the voice from the sky was heard that the vow that you have taken, means he has rejected his wife, the vow that you have taken is absolutely glorious. And Sati Devi keeps on asking him, what is this vow that you have taken him? But he doesn't reply. He's Maun, he's quiet. Sridhar Maharaj explained the connection between this Mauni Amavasya, the day when Shankarji stopped speaking, and Gurudev's appearance on this day. He described that who is Shankarji? All the scriptures that there are existing on this planet, they are actually every Puran, Mahabharata, everything that you can, Ramayana, everything that you can think of, actually is dialogues between Shankarji and Parvatiji. Parvatiji is asking questions, Shankarji is answering them, and that is all the Harikatha that we hear. That is all the Harikatha that we read. So he is describing Shankarji cannot remain without speaking his Harikatha. Because Shankarji cannot stay without speaking his Harikatha, that's why he gave this chance to Gurudev that you go and speak. It is as if his Harikatha personified has come here. His Harikatha personified has come here to speak. Gurudev in the form of his Harikatha personified. You look at his Pranam mantra. Shri Krishna Leela Kathe Sudaksham Adaraya Madhure Gunesha Yuktam. Means it is describing that he is expert in speaking Krishna Katha. He is expert. And he's, of course, all the devotees, they're all so senior, all of them, they know that how Gurudev, he speaks such exalted, such esoteric Harikatha that when he speaks, everybody is spellbound. And this is the connection that Sridhar Maharaj established, and Gurudev heard this at one time. And I also want to speak that how there is one shloka from Guru Ashtakam, Shri Vigrahara Dhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandiram Arjanadav Yuktasa Bhaktams Chanyun Yatopai Vande Gurushu Charanara Vindam. This shloka, third shloka of Guru Ashtakam by Srila Vishnu Thakur describes that Gurudev, he decorates with his own hands, decorates, dresses, feeds, takes care in all the ways that he can, the deities, Vigraha. Yuktams, and he also, Bhaktas, the devotees also he uses. So whatever is happening around the world today, all the temples that are decorating, that are taking care of the deities, understand that this is actually Gurudev's expansion of his pastime. It is expansion of his pastimes by which we have also come in connection. We also get a connection to get a chance to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of the deities. And in this situation, in this path, I also got a chance. I was also given a chance by Srila Gurudev. He gave me a chance to translate for him. I had the good fortune of translating, if I'm not wrong, at least hundreds and hundreds of his classes. I had the good fortune of translating in various festivals, in Kartik pastimes, in Kartik and other various festivals I used to translate. I remember also one time when I had just taken initiation from Gurudev, how Srila Parvati Maharaj was describing it, reminded me that how when a living entity's good fortune is arising, when a living entity's good fortune arises, that time he comes in connection with a pure devotee. I remember that I had just taken initiation from Gurudev, and I was in Mathura in his room, and he was sitting up on his bed, and I was sitting down on the floor. And I asked him, I looked up at him and I said, Gurudev, for the last 4 years, whatever business I'm doing, everything is spoiling. I've lost so much money, Gurudev. I don't even know what to do further. What should I do now? He didn't reply to me. And he was speaking to Madhav Maharaj, he kept on speaking to Brajnath Prabhu, he kept on speaking to some of the devotees. I thought he hadn't heard me. Then when I saw that he paused a little, and I again said, Gurudev, and Gurudev, he put his hand up like this. He said, do you think you have come to me just like that? All this that has happened to you in your life was arrangement by Krishna for you to come to me. How much time did this sentence would take for him to speak? Few seconds. And in this few seconds, I saw all that had happened to me, how I had lost the money, how I went to the temple because I had nothing else to do. I was stranded in a strange, in a foreign country and all, and how I came to this has happened, and how eventually I came to Gurudev. Parvati Maharaj reminded me that how Gurudev said that, yes, this is our good fortune. Even if something happens to us, we understand that actually it is all arrangement by Gurudev, by Krishna, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, for us to come and surrender at his lotus feet. I remember he gave me a service to start to translate. I remember when I started to translate, I was just beginning to translate. And in the beginning, when I would translate, and he would ask sometimes, who's translating? And somebody pointed out, oh, Akhilesh Prabhu is translating. Then he would come to me at the end of the Harikatha. He would come to me and pat me on my back, and I would feel very nice. Every day he would come, all the people would separate when he was walking, and he would pat me on my back. I felt very nice. For this went on for weeks and weeks. Every day he said, oh, very nice, shabash, very nice, well done. He would speak like this to me. After 2-3 weeks or something like that, this went on. He kept on patting me. He would come to me, find me, and he would chat with me a few words of encouragement, and then he would go to his room. And I used to feel very good. After a few days, he didn't speak to me. And one day he missed me. I thought, oh, maybe there was too much crowd, and so that's why he missed me, maybe. So next time I must make myself more visible. I must stand in the, because whenever Gurudev used to pass, people used to form 2 queues around him. And I said, I must make myself visible as the front person in the queue so that he will see me next time and he will pat me on my back. So then I stood myself in the queue properly, and I thought Gurudev would see me. Now he spoke to so many people around me, but again, as if I was transparent, he didn't even look in my direction. I was very dejected, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm standing on the left of Gurudev, and when Gurudev is passing, he's speaking mostly to people who are right of him. I must make sure next day, that I will stand on the right of him when he's passing. So then I again stood on the right of him the next day, and again he spoke to so many people, but he didn't speak to me. I was becoming very upset. I said, Gurudev is not looking to me, looking in my direction. And then next day I thought, what should I do? How should I get Gurudev's attention? And again, I thought that, yeah, whenever Gurudev is getting up from the dais, all the devotees that go to his dais, that time they go and touch his feet, and Gurudev speaks to everybody, whoever is near the dais. I will make sure that as soon as Harikatha is finished, I'll go to the dais and take his blessings. Now, next day I went to his dais, and again, he spoke to many people around me, but he again did not look at me in my direction. I started feeling very desperate. I said, what should I do? I said, oh, when Gurudev is going in his room, already, when Gurudev is going in his room, I thought that, oh, when Gurudev is going in his room, then definitely he will look at me. That definitely speaks to all the people around him, and he will definitely look at me. Again, I went to went near him in that place where all the devotees are. He's just about to enter his room, just at the door of his room. I'm standing. He speaks to everybody, and he doesn't look at me. He doesn't look in my direction. I became really upset. I thought maybe Gurudev doesn't like my translation anymore. Maybe Gurudev doesn't care about me anymore. So I immediately from that very spot, I went to Padmanabh Maharaj's room. Padmanabh Maharaj, he's very, very senior devotee to me, but he considers me his friend. I went to his room and he saw that I was a little upset. He said, "What happened, Akhilesh?" I said, "I don't know, maybe Maharaj does not like my Harikatha, maybe Gurudev does not like my Harikatha translation and all. He doesn't care about me." I said, "Why? What happened? Why do you think so?" I said that, "Oh, Gurudev, for last few weeks, I'm trying to get his attention. Earlier, he used to come and pat me and praise me about my translation, but for the last few weeks, I'm trying to get his attention deliberately, but he's not looking in my direction." Padmanabh Maharaj started to laugh. I said, "I'm suffering and you are laughing." He said, "You don't understand." This was a very big lesson to me. What Padmanabh Maharaj said that time. He said to me that up till now, he was not sure where you belong. But now when he sees that you are belonging to his family and you will not go anywhere, now he is giving his attention to somebody else. So I took that as a lesson. And since then, I've tried to work for him however I can, without looking for any appreciation, without looking for any word of praise for him, because I know he always is looking our direction. You know, he also had, I will end with a small story. He had a very wonderful sense of humor also. There is one Prabhu by the name of Yugal Kishore Prabhu, who used to be in Melbourne, in Australia. One day, what happened? Yugal Prabhu, he was driving Gurudev from the airport to some devotees' home, and somehow he lost his way. On the way, he lost his way, and when he lost his way, then they had to go. In those days, there used to be a toll, and the toll person used to be sitting there, and they used to collect some change from him. And then Gokul Prabhu had some change, and then Yugal Prabhu had some change, and Yugal Prabhu would give the change, and then again somehow he came back again to the same toll. He was going round and round. He went 2 times this toll, 2 times that toll, and in the end, Yugal Prabhu had finished all his change. Then Gurudev had some coins bag with him. Madhav Maharaj had. Madhav Maharaj gave that coin back to him, and then he's paying. And then when he is giving this change to him, again for the 3rd time, he's on the same toll, and then he's saying that, I will just give you, the toll person is saying, "I will just give you the change, wait." Gurudev said, "Oh, no, it's okay, keep it. We are coming back within 5 minutes. So like this, Gurudev used to be. And when another time I remember, when Madhav Maharaj, Gurudev was in one time, he was not allowed to speak his Harikatha. He was allowed to speak only 5 minutes because he just had a surgery in his throat. And I was sitting right in front in Modi Bhavan, I remember, in Varshana. I was sitting right in the front. I could speak. I was translating for him. So I could hear when he was speaking Hindi, even outside of the microphone. I was sitting so close to him. So Madhav Maharaj, he had Karatal, like Gurudev used to have Karatal. He would bang on the Karatal to tell the person that the time is over. So Madhav Maharaj had this Karatal that day, and Madhav Maharaj was banging the Karatal, and Gurudev listened to him, and he heard him, but he did not care. And again, he kept on speaking Harikatha. Then Madhav Maharaj said he is not going to listen. What he did, he had a collar, a neck collar that he had, and he came to Gurudev, and he whispered in his ears, "Gurudev, it is time you should stop speaking." And he put this collar on his neck, so that Gurudev become very uncomfortable. Now the microphone is down and Gurudev has to look up. Gurudev said, "What are you trying to do? Do you think I'm a dog? Take this out." And Gurudev took this collar out. And then Madhav Maharaj became so upset, he threw the karatals and he went back. He went to his room. And he didn't come the entire day. Madhav Maharaj did not come. Next day, Madhav Maharaj was sitting, and Madhav Maharaj came, and again he spoke, and Gurudev spoke in his Harikatha. He spoke. Sometimes, when Radharani is in Man, that time Krishna has to appease his gopis. He has to appease Radharani, and he speaks so many sweet words. Similarly, when the disciples also become upset with their Gurudev, then Gurudev also has to speak so many sweet words, and he has to appease all his disciples. Yesterday, Madhav Maharaj was very angry with me. You don't know how much man he had. I have to speak so many words to him so that he will be pacified. Like this, Gurudev used to have so many pastimes. I think, I'm sorry, I had so many things to speak, but I think I don't want to take anybody else's time.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. That was so beautiful. That story at the end really just made me smile so much, especially hearing, my Srila Gurudev's relationship with my Gurudev. It's so beautiful to hear and to be able to witness through your eyes and through your words. So thank you so much.